If you started investing just $5 a day at age 25, that's $150 a month into a broad market index fund averaging 10% annual returns. You'd amass over $1.1 million by age 65. But here's the kicker. A staggering 78% of Americans report living paycheck to paycheck, never even starting this simple habit. This inaction isn't about lack of intelligence. It's often rooted in a detrimental money mindset that costs them an average of $683,000 in lost wealth potential over their lifetime. We're talking about tangible, life-changing money slipping away, not due to market crashes, but due to internal beliefs and behaviors. Today, we're diving deep into the psychology of wealth because your mindset isn't just fluffy theory. It's the bedrock of your financial future, dictating whether you seize or squander opportunities. Your financial reality isn't solely a reflection of your income. It's profoundly influenced by your deeply ingrained beliefs about money. Think about it. If you believe money is the root of all evil, or I'll never be rich, how likely are you to pursue opportunities that build wealth? These subconscious narratives, often inherited from family or society, dictate your spending, saving, and investing habits. Over 90% of our daily decisions are driven by our subconscious, meaning most of your financial choices are on autopilot, guided by these unexamined beliefs. Acknowledging this connection between thought and action is the crucial first step to rewriting your financial destiny. One of the most powerful mindset shifts is moving from a scarcity to an abundance mentality. A scarcity mindset sees money as finite, leading to hoarding, fear of loss, and resentment towards others' success. You might find yourself saying, "I can't afford that," or "there's not enough to go around." In contrast, an abundance mindset believes opportunities and resources are limitless. Instead of fearing spending $20 on a self-improvement book, you see it as an investment that could yield $200 in value, or even more over time. This psychological shift allows you to view money not as something to be hoarded, but as a tool for growth and creation. Limiting beliefs are insidious whispers that sabotage your financial potential. These might sound like, "I'm not good with numbers," "investing is only for rich people," or "you have to be born wealthy." These aren't facts. They are self-imposed psychological barriers that prevent you from taking action. For instance, someone believing "I'm bad with numbers" will avoid budgeting or investing, costing them potentially hundreds of thousands over a lifetime, like the average American who loses $683,000 in lost wealth due to inaction. These beliefs create a self-fulfilling prophecy, keeping you stuck in a cycle of financial struggle. Recognizing these specific thoughts is the first step to dismantling them. So how do you overcome these limiting beliefs? It starts with awareness, then challenge, and finally, replacement. When you catch yourself thinking, "I can't afford that," reframe it to "How can I afford that?" This shifts you from a victim mentality to a problem solver. Financial advisor Ramit Sethi often advocates for this approach, prompting you to seek solutions rather than accept limitations. Secondly, seek evidence that disproves your belief. If you think investing is too complicated, spend 15 minutes researching a simple S&P 500 index fund, like VOO or SPY, and you'll quickly realize how accessible it is. Small wins build new neural pathways, gradually replacing old, destructive narratives with empowering ones. Delayed gratification is arguably the single most important psychological trait for building wealth. Remember the famous Stanford marshmallow experiment? Kids who waited for 2 marshmallows had better life outcomes. In finance, this translates to saving $100 today instead of buying that new gadget, knowing that $100 could grow to $1,000 or more in a few decades thanks to compound interest. Warren Buffett, one of the greatest investors of all time, attributes much of his success to patiently compounding his returns over many decades. For an investor, resisting the urge for instant gratification, like buying cryptocurrency on a speculative whim versus consistently investing in diversified assets, is paramount. The biggest financial rewards often come to those who can wait. The compounding effect isn't just for money. It applies to your financial habits and knowledge too. Just as $100 invested today can become $1,000, reading one finance article a week or saving an extra $50 a month compounds into significant expertise and wealth over time. This principle is vividly illustrated by authors like James Clear in Atomic Habits, showing how a 1% improvement each day leads to 37 times better outcomes by year-end. If you learn just one new investing concept each month, within a year, you'll possess more financial acumen than 90% of the population, setting yourself up for superior decision-making and wealth accumulation. Small, consistent actions become unstoppable forces. What is your financial identity? Do you see yourself as a spender, a saver, or an investor? This internal label heavily influences your external actions. If you identify primarily as a spender, you'll find excuses to spend, often sabotaging savings goals. Renowned financial coach Dave Ramsey emphasizes creating a positive financial identity by celebrating small wins and renaming debts as opportunities for freedom. Actively choosing to identify as a disciplined saver or a savvy investor can transform your approach to money. For example, if you see yourself as an investor, you're more likely to prioritize putting $200 into your Roth IRA each month than someone who sees themselves merely as a consumer. To cultivate an investor identity, you need to deliberately shift your self-perception and actions. Start by actively learning about investing, even if it's just 15 minutes a week. Open a brokerage account, even if you only start with $50. The act of doing makes it real. Many platforms like Fidelity or Vanguard allow you to start investing with minimal capital. Identify role models, successful investors, or financially savvy friends, and learn from their habits. Instead of saying, "I can't invest," say, "I am learning to be an investor." This positive affirmation, coupled with small, consistent actions like contributing $100 to an S&P 500 index fund monthly, will solidify your new identity over time, leading to tangible financial growth. Fear of failure, of making the wrong decision, or even of success can paralyze your financial progress. Many people are so afraid of losing money that they keep all their cash in low-yield savings accounts, effectively losing purchasing power to inflation, which historically averages around 2–3% annually. This analysis paralysis prevents them from investing, missing out on potential stock market returns of 8–10% per year. Similarly, some fear the responsibility or changes that come with wealth, subconsciously self-sabotaging. Acknowledge these fears, but don't let them dictate your actions. Remember, inaction is a decision in itself, often the most costly one. Budgeting often gets a bad rap, associated with deprivation and restriction. But a mindset shift reframes budgeting as a tool for freedom and empowerment. It's not about cutting out coffee, it's about allocating your resources to align with your values. Consider the 50–30–20 rule. 50% of your income for needs, 30% for wants, and 20% for savings and debt repayment. This structure, popularized by Senator Elizabeth Warren, gives you control and clarity, replacing anxiety with intention. When you know where every dollar goes, you gain immense peace of mind and the power to direct your money towards your biggest goals, like a down payment or early retirement. The easiest way to overcome procrastination and inconsistent saving is to automate it. This leverages psychology by removing the decision-making process, making saving a default behavior. Set up an automatic transfer of 10–20% of your paycheck to your savings or investment accounts immediately after you get paid. Pay yourself first. For example, if you earn $3,000 bi-weekly, set up a $300 transfer to your 401k and $150 to your Roth IRA. This ensures your wealth grows silently and consistently, without you having to actively choose to save every time. It's the financial equivalent of setting your alarm clock. The hardest part is over once it's set. Wealth isn't just accumulated, it's learned. A commitment to continuous financial learning is a hallmark of wealthy individuals. Billionaire investor Charlie Munger famously advocated for daily reading, stating he knew no one wise who didn't read all the time. This doesn't mean poring over dense academic papers. It could be reading a reputable finance book like The Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel, listening to a personal finance podcast, or following trusted financial educators. Dedicate just 15–30 minutes a week to learning about investing, taxes, or budgeting. Over a year, that's 13–26 hours of invaluable education that compounds into smarter decisions and greater wealth. While it might sound counterintuitive, practicing gratitude for what you do can profoundly shift your money mindset. Instead of constantly focusing on what you lack, acknowledge the financial security or comfort you already possess. This isn't about ignoring financial goals, but rather fostering a positive emotional state that reduces anxiety and makes you more receptive to opportunities. Research by Dr. Martin Seligman suggests that gratitude significantly improves overall well-being and optimism, which in turn fuels proactive behaviors. A grateful person sees possibilities, whereas a person focused on lack sees only barriers. Try writing down 3 things you're grateful for financially each day. Your social circle profoundly impacts your financial mindset. If you constantly hear negative money talk, complaints about expenses, or justifications for impulsive spending, it will inevitably rub off on you. Financial expert Thomas C. Corley found that 86% of wealthy people associate with other successful people, fostering a positive, growth-oriented environment. Actively seek out friends or mentors who are financially responsible, ambitious, and knowledgeable. Engage in conversations about smart investments, saving strategies, or entrepreneurial ventures. You become the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with, so choose your financial influences wisely. Joining online communities focused on personal finance can also provide this valuable support. Hazy financial desires like, "I want to be rich," are rarely effective. Instead, set smarter goals, specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, time-bound, exciting, rewarding. For example, instead of "I want to save more," aim for "I will save an additional $5,000 for a down payment by December 31st by contributing $417 monthly to a high-yield savings account." This level of detail makes your goal tangible and provides a clear roadmap. The exciting, rewarding component taps into your psychology, connecting your hard work to a desirable future. Brian Tracy, a renowned self-development author, emphasizes that clear, written goals are the foundation of all success. Financial setbacks are inevitable. The difference between those who recover and those who remain stuck often lies in their mindset towards failure. Instead of viewing a missed budget or a small investment loss as a personal failing, reframe it as a valuable learning opportunity. Did you overspend because of emotional stress? Now you know to build in a fun money buffer or address the root cause. Did an investment not perform as expected? Analyze what went wrong and adjust your strategy. Billionaire Ray Dalio, founder of Bridgewater Associates, advocates for radical transparency and learning from mistakes, turning them into principles for future success. Every failure is a data point, not a verdict. The keeping up with the Joneses mentality is a potent wealth destroyer, fueled by comparison and ego. Social media amplifies this, constantly showcasing idealized lifestyles. When you compare your finances to others, especially those who might be deep in debt to maintain appearances, you lose focus on your own unique journey and goals. Financial advisor Morgan Housel argues against this, emphasizing that true wealth is often invisible and built quietly. Focus on your internal scorecard, your progress, your goals, your peace of mind, rather than external validation. Remember, your neighbor's new car might be costing them $700 a month and adding significant financial stress, while your old car is helping you save $700 for retirement. Mindful spending means consciously evaluating your purchases, rather than impulsively reacting to desires. Before buying something, ask yourself, do I truly need this? Does this align with my values and financial goals? Am I buying this out of habit, boredom, or peer pressure? This pause creates space between impulse and action, allowing your rational mind to take over. You might find that many wants are simply fleeting desires, not genuine needs. Practicing this mindful approach can prevent impulse purchases that erode your savings, like the average American who spends over $500 a month on non-essential impulse buys, severely hindering their wealth-building potential. It's about intentionality, not deprivation. Transforming your financial life isn't about revolutionary market timing or risky ventures. It's about consistently applying powerful psychological principles. From embracing an abundance mindset to practicing delayed gratification and automating your savings, each small shift compounds over time. Remember, your mindset is your most valuable financial asset, more powerful than any stock tip or budgeting app alone. Start today, pick one limiting belief to challenge, automate one savings transfer, or spend 15 minutes learning a new financial concept. The journey to wealth isn't just about money. It's about becoming the person who earns, manages, and grows it wisely. Your financial future isn't just external, it's deeply internal.